Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more Royal Tanks. So, as you can see, this is Mr. SkillerPro. That name, I am so epic at pronouncing. This is Mr. SkillerPro. He is in an STI. This is a tier 9 game on the new map, Windstorm. I knew it would come to me. Let's blow up that mini map so I can actually see it. And thank you, Mr. SkillerPro. I will totally end up calling you SilkerPro at some point. I am so sorry for that. I'm just going to start calling you Skiller. Thank you, Skiller, for sending the replay. It's always awesome to get a new sub sending in a replay. You know, a sub I haven't seen sending a replay before. Not that I don't love my repeat subs that I would send in replays, but yeah. A new one is always nice too. Let's start with the shameless self-promotion while he's getting his way onto the battlefield. So, you know, my links to Facebook, Duckster, that kind of stuff are in the description below. If you guys want to get a hold of me or just talk to me for whatever, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave a comment either way, please. It really does help me out. And links to my Patreon account are in the description below if you guys want to support me. Wow, that lag. That must be lag on his end. That's unfortunate. I wish that hadn't appeared in the replay. But nice reaction to get back and unfortunately pin the T-44 in place. That poor guy. And so he actually... So he was side scraping over there, and then quick reaction speeds brought him over here. And now this is a 9.1 replay. So obviously he didn't have the benefit of watching my how to counter side scraping video, but he's doing a great job of it anyway. Ferdinand way in the distance. Thinks he's safe. Nope, no he's not. And by the way, those boxes aren't there anymore. Now, Ferdinand missed his shot, probably because it wasn't aimed in all that well. He didn't really have the time to aim. He just kind of clutched it, like that shot, and apparently he was expecting that because he could see part of the STI side, that obviously the shell is going to go through. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. Now, there is a VK approaching from the other side, but Skiller doesn't really care. He has to go take care of this IS-8 first, and now he can shift over and take care of the VK. Now, if he had left the IS-8 there, it would have rounded the corner and started putting pot shots into the side of him. Now, he knew that... Wow. Well, that's an effective way to take care of a VK. Skiller knew he had a T-44 that was going to distract the VK, at least for a few seconds. Even if you know your teammate is going to die, you can at least count on him to distract the enemy tank for a few seconds while you go take care of something. Now, he does leave the Black Prince and the T-44 to take care of the enemy tanks while he pushes on through. I think this is a mistake. Obviously, the Lorraine just killed the Black Prince, but we know the T-44 isn't on that much health. I think he needed to go back and help out that side right then. But then again, I mean, obviously the rest of the map is losing too. So, you know, it's a debate of where to be most effective when. At this point in time, apparently he decided that this is where he needed to be. Now, the enemy doesn't really have any more heavy tanks left. Technically, there's a Tiger left. Wait, why do I have names showing up and not tank types? There we go. My bad. So technically there's a Tiger left, but it's a tier 7 against a tier 9. It's not really a heavy tank. It's not really going to be a problem. There's the Tiger. It's got a decent gun, but it's a lot like the FCM. It's more of a medium tank in disguise than an actual heavy tank. Can we get it? Ooh. Looks like he went for the lower plate there. I thought he was going to go for the machine gun port, but he decided not to. He's actually just bouncing all the shots that are coming at him and he is asking for help, but of course he doesn't really have a team left. Oh no, he just went straight through the frontal armor of the T-28. Huh. I didn't think the STI's could do that. My bad. We learn something new every day, right? I don't know what that 59 was doing. He apparently thought he was invincible, and Skiller showed him he wasn't. And you know, just run, Mr. Tiger, run! You're not, no, this is not, wait, you did damage? That's impressive. Okay, I'm impressed by the Tiger. He gets an effectual recognition. He did 200 damage to the front of an STI, and then dies for it. He's just gonna get rammed to death. No way Skiller wastes another shot on this guy. Yeah, exactly. Besides, he gets the swag ram, right? Now he's got a problem though. He's on 6 kills, but there's 2 enemy mediums left of top tier and a 1390. Now, of course, the 1390 we all know is the deadliest tank in the world. I'm actually not being so sarcastic here. It's mostly just because I love this tank. They're going to start capping. Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. This is the best option for them. Hunting down STI is a bad idea for the most part. 1390, I don't know what he's doing, but apparently he is not a member of the core of the deadliest 1390 drivers in the world. Though he is doing a decent job. Ooh, Skiller. Okay, so Skiller makes one crucial mistake in this entire battle, and I'm going to talk about it right now. So, when he was over here, he was in cover from the guys over there on the cap circle. Yes, the 1390 got around him. That's fine. But as soon as he started doing this backing up and turning thing, 2 things happened. First, his turret traverse speed wasn't as fast as it would have been otherwise, so he couldn't keep up with the 1390 as effectively as he should have been able to. And second, he backs out of cover. So if he'd stayed behind cover, these 2 dead tanks, and just did spun on place, he would have been able to kill the 1390 much quicker. Probably would have died over here somewhere. And he would have been in a position to much quicker end up with his front facing the enemy. Now, whether that he would have won or lost the battle, I don't know. But now he's in a really deadly position, and he's got to count on the enemy screwing up to win this game. Yeah, good luck. Good job backing down into the water, and apparently the enemies have stopped firing. You guys just hate me, don't you? 1500 experience, without premium, without a daily double. Mr. Skiller Pro, that was an awesome game. 88 grand in credits earned, his ace tanker, high caliber, and top gun. Sadly, this was a defeat! And I normally don't show defeats. And normally I mean, you can have some really amazingly epic battles, but 9% of the time, if you lose, it's because you screwed up. And yeah, I'm gonna say this is partly true in this case. Yes, Skiller Pro, you screwed up a little bit. If you spun around the dead tanks and just turned your tracks instead of backing up and turning your tracks, you probably would have lived a little bit longer. There would have been some cover to absorb some fire for you. But at the same time, you were against a couple of enemies firing gold. They would have had fairly well, not an easy time penetrating you, but still. This is a result. As a result, he killed, or decimated 7 different tanks. 7,000 damage done. I'm gonna say that's more than the next 3 people on his team combined, and I'm gonna be able to say that very, very safely. He might even be better than the next 4 people on his team combined. But I'm not so concrete on that math because I haven't actually done it. The part I really want to show you is he got 1500 experience for that. Okay, the top experienced guy on the other team got 1,300. This is WZ with 6,000 damage done, 4 kills, and some cap points, 45 cap points, and he still didn't come close to the amount of experience that SkillerPro had. That is insane and hilarious and really, really disappointing. You know, I knew the outcome of this game going into it, but I really did want SkillerPro to win this thing. You know, he hit almost every single shot he fired. He absorbed a lot of damage from the enemy team, and he did everything he could to win. But the enemy team also did everything they could to win, and in the end, they didn't derp out. They didn't do stupid things like trying to both rush a top tier heavy tank in order to win the game. They realized that doing that would make them lose, and they decided to cap and make him come to them. Which is where STI is really least vulnerable, really. Is really the most vulnerable when he's on the move. So it was a great game played by both sides, and I just had to showcase it. I am so sorry, Mr. SkillerPro, that you lost that. And you obviously lived up to your name. So thank you so much for saying this in. I keep saying more replays. This was like a joy to watch and a joy to cast, except for that part at the end where you should have won but you lost. Other than that, it was amazing. Thank you all for watching, and have a great night. This is ioEther out.